6 of the NJ Multi-Species podcast. I am Joe Santiago. That is not Chris Pereira because he is missing. He's in Florida fishing, and he said he would be here at 7, like always. He's not here. He will not answer his phone, and he's gone. So I'm doing the show without him. Tonight I'm bringing on Scott Tarnoski, captain of the Kings Ransom, New York. Big New Jersey fisherman. But I have a lot of stuff to talk about first. That's why I just wanted to come on and get it out of the way, even though Chris isn't here. But it's going to be hard to talk because I have no one to bounce things off of, but I'll try. Skillful Angler updates. Skillful Angler board has not been updated yet. Me and Chris had one of the most incredible days crappie fishing last week. We had, I think between the two of us, 15 fish over 14 inches, and 10 of those fish were over 15 inches. He had one a quarter inch bigger than me. So I'm pretty sure he's going to take the leaderboard for crappie now. Unless we don't know, Joe Bergen, we don't know what he's holding. He always has like a secret hand. He could unleash a fish at any moment that just comes out of nowhere. The sunfish, mine is not updated yet, but mine should take the lead 10 inches. And Frank Rosinski, his rainbow trout, still not entered, but should be eventually. And once it is, it should lead. Other than that, Jen Wan continued to post nice pictures of bass all week. I didn't have a chance to talk to him, but he did put up nice pictures. The main thing I want to talk about, well, two main things. The Lake Apacon trip giveaways for the open boats. The next episode, next week, I'm going to give 2 of them away. I'm going to explain now how we're going to give them away. We came out with a new Facebook page. It's called NJ Multi-Species Mayhem Fishing. Okay? It's a private Facebook page that runs interactive with the podcast. So you could comment anything on there. We'll see it. We post pictures. We post updates. We post there every day. And everyone who listens to the podcast is posting all over it. NJ Multi-Species Mayhem Fishing. Private fishing group. That's where everything's going out now. In that private group, all the private information and things like that, special pictures, and like we said, all our listeners' pictures. The group is interactive. There's polls. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. But here's the deal. The requisites to do this, and it's not that hard. We want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's all we want. So if you're a subscriber to our YouTube channel, you're in on our end. Aaron Graybill's end, he wants you to like the Lake Apacon Guide Service Facebook page. So that's number 2. So you have to subscribe to the NJ Multi-Species Podcast YouTube channel and like the Lake Apacon Guide Service Facebook page. Now, once you have done that, you're qualified to enter the contest. Okay? So there's 2 ways to win. I'm going to give away 2 of them, one in each way. Because I understand some people don't have Facebook, whatever. And some people, they might not even have a picture of a fish they want to share. If you email us, all you have to do is send me an email. njmultispecies@gmail.com that you want to enter. And your name will go on a wheel. And it's going to be spun, and that person's going to get a free ticket to an open boat. Guided trip from Lake Apacon Guide Service. So that's how you win one. Send an email, and you're entered. You're on the wheel. Not yet, though. This is next episode. The other one, you have to go into the NJ Multi-Species Mayhem page, which means you have to join the page and just post a fishing picture after the next episode. Once those fishing pictures start getting posted on the wall of that page, the picture that gets the most likes is going to win the trip. So one person that gets a fishing picture, and it's got to be a recent fishing picture from New Jersey. Don't put up some old bullshit because we'll catch you. Recent fishing picture from New Jersey posted on the NJ Multi-Species Mayhem fishing page. Whatever picture gets the most likes wins the trip. And then the other one from the wheel generator, you win that trip. So 2 ways to win, and I'm going to give both those trips away. That will be on the next episode, and the guest for that episode is going to be Elle from Heaven and Elle Outdoors on Instagram. She's going to be our first female guest. And she's also a big saltwater angler. So we're hitting saltwater and a female in one episode, and she is one of the best female anglers in the state. So it will be awesome to see her. Anything else? I have Scott Howard. I was talking to Scott Howard. He plans on fishing tomorrow, but he has to go for his first colonoscopy. But he said he was going to call me with some info. So I got Scott. Scott. Scott, you're going out tomorrow after the procedure? All right. We'll just edit this right out. Never mind that. And I pretty much don't have anything else to say. Chris will be back next week. I don't know why he's not here. If you're watching this episode, get on Facebook and blow him up. Just ruin his vacation. Where are you? Just everyone troll every page he has with, where are you? Why are you not on the podcast? Just blow him up. And now I'm going to bring in Scott Tarnoski, a fisherman from New Jersey, who is one of those guys that is kind of like me, worked normal jobs his whole life, worked at DPWs, worked plowing snow, and he dropped everything. He dropped everything, and he moved to Lake Ontario to live his dream as a charter boat captain. And now I think he's in his fourth or fifth. Captain Scott Tarnoski, how are you?
Doing all right, brother. How are you?
On top of that introduction, you're also known as one of the, if not the king of all trolls on Facebook. Undisputed. Not even close. You are the New Jersey fishing troll king, and you don't even live in Jersey anymore.
Nope. That's the beauty of it.
Scott, the thing that makes you so interesting is, like I said, you pretty much are like all of us, except you took the extra step. You had the guts to just go for it, and you did it. And how is it? What's going on? How is the change?
It's unbelievable, Joe. Honestly, it's shoulda, coulda, woulda, should have done it 10 years ago, and I didn't. And a lot of that actually has to do with you. I mean, kind of like when I fell ill a little bit, and you're like, dude, why don't you just go fish? And I'm like, because of this and that. And I had a million excuses, and I don't know. I mean, I got into the whole thing, dude. I watched my dad drive 2 hours to work for 30 years and in and out of the city. He retired, hit their golden years. My mom came down with dementia. Boom, just like that. His life is over as hers is, taking care of her. And just told Lori that I'm not going out like that. I got an opportunity. I'm out driving 2 hours from Branchville, New Jersey, down to New Brunswick, and canceling charters the whole time and telling people I couldn't take them. Like, this is ridiculous. I said, we're moving. We went home, we discussed it, we made a decision that night, found a house up here, moved to the lake, just dropped everything in Jersey, and that was it.
Well, I remember maybe the first year you started doing it, you were driving every weekend up there, right?
Yeah, I'd leave every Thursday. Yep,
Yeah,
Thursday, Sunday.
I remember saying to myself, during steelhead salmon season, I might do 2 or 3 suicide runs, and I'm saying, oh, I'm pretty crazy. And then we find out you're doing this every week. You're every Friday. You're
Yep.
driving 5 hours, doing a trip Saturday, trip Sunday, and then you're home Monday.
Yep.
Back
At work
back to your
Monday.
regular job. That's
Yep.
unbelievable. That's crazy. That is
April through October.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you do that, and it turns out to be successful enough that you say, okay, let's move here full time.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Were you scared?
Absolutely. I still am today. I mean, it's inflation, economy, everything. It's a roll. I took a roll of the dice at a really bad time to roll them.
Yeah. What
But
would you say most of the clients you take, do you take out more clients that live in New York or from New Jersey?
no, the majority of my guys are from Jersey. We do a lot from Maryland, Pennsylvania, Eastern PA, and more downstate New York, Orange County area.
And it's the
But
Kings Ransom sport fishing. I've been on the boat. What's the max capacity on the boat for a trip?
legally, with my license, I can take 6. I try to keep it 4 to 5. 6 is always welcome. It just gets a little tighter. I mean, it's a big boat. It's a 32-foot boat with a 12.5 beam on it. But once, salmon season comes around, it gets hectic on the back of that boat.
You have a Facebook page that everyone could see this stuff on?
I do. Facebook is Kings Ransom Sport Fishing. There's a website, kingsransomsportfishing.com, all one word.
Okay.
And Instagram at Kings Ransom Sport Fishing.
Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get back to New Jersey because that's where it all started. It all started in Jersey. That's where it started.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about you fishing in Jersey.
I just got to correct you for 1 second. I'm going to tell you, and I want people who are listening to realize it too. And I know you already get it. It all started, yes, in New Jersey and also Pennsylvania, but it all started with the father and the grandfather that took the time to take me fishing. Took the time to take me from the time I was 3, 4 years old and cut their trip short because I lost interest, but they always stuck with it and they instilled it. And that's where it truly all starts with anybody.
So you're saying that it starts in the family.
Absolutely. And that's why we try to get as many families involved. We get I just want to get kids involved. I don't care if it's a firehouse pond, if it's a little creek, it doesn't matter which. We want to get kids involved, because that's where it all starts for any of us.
What were your roots that led you to like, because obviously once you decide you're going to pack it up and do this as a living, there's stuff you could go anywhere in the United States and do all kinds of stuff. You probably could have been a successful saltwater captain in New Jersey because you were a fairly big saltwater fisherman. What drove you to Lake Ontario?
King salmon.
The king salmon, that's specifically what brought you there.
I had a friend talk me into taking my small boat. I had a little center console one, talk me into coming up on a Labor Day weekend. A guy, Ron DeGraff, who, one of the masters of Round Valley, that was always our thing. We're doing the RVTA tournaments down there. And he talked me into coming up here Labor Day weekend one year. And I went out, left to shoot the lighthouse out of Oswego, hooked my first king. Watched 300 yards of line blister off the reel in about 2.2 seconds, and I said, I got to do it. It's one of my loves was tuna fishing. This is tuna fishing on a scale that we could all afford to do. So packed it up and came up here just for the king, and then found the joys of the brown trout and everything else. But yeah, it was that Labor Day weekend. Ron DeGraff hooked me on it, and that was about it.
Pretty much what we're doing on Round Valley and Merrill Creek. It's just like a miniature play version of what you're doing.
Round Valley, Merrill Creek, it's miniature Lake Ontario.
It's just a small version. And you're mostly king salmon, cohos, and then the steelhead.
Yeah, And this time of
And
year,
Lakers. I've
trout.
been big Lakers too, right?
Yeah, this time of the year it's brown trout and lake trout. We're getting an early shot of big kings, 17, 18-pound kings right now, and the coho bite has been phenomenal the past 4 or 5 days.
So
So,
when you fished in Jersey,
yep.
you developed the love of trolling from saltwater stripers or from freshwater lake trout.
Yeah, offshore saltwater stuff. Love trolling fall stripers. I never really, our spring run when I was down there wasn't what it really is right now. Like trolling the valley and troll the hybrids and Spruce Run and Lake Apacong. Um, it's just the love of fishing, Joe. I've always been just as happy with the three. My dad taught me how to fish for trout with the 3-weight fly rod. I never started with the spinning rod, a push button, any of that. So, I was a little 7-year-old kid on the muskie roll casting salmon eggs with the 3-weight. I love any kind of fishing, man. And you guys are truly blessed. People don't realize what New Jersey has to offer as far as fishing. I mean, you think it's trolling a lot on Facebook when I'm arguing with guys who start ragging, fishing wildlife down there. I have fished all over this country, fly fish, spin fish for trout all over this country. I hold the PA license. I hold the New York license and New Jersey license. There is no state with the money that they're given to operate with, there is no state that does a better job in season trout stocking than the state of New Jersey does, hands down.
I agree. I do agree with you.
It turns into a troll because I get aggravated with that when people just spew and they don't really know. I mean, they say, "Oh, well, Pennsylvania's got X amount of golden trout and brown trout." And Pennsylvania also has, and it's documented, 850,000 more licenses they sell to take revenue from than Jersey does. Of course, it's going to be a larger fish program or more variety, but nowhere in this country do they stock as well as New Jersey does for the streams they have and the abilities that the funding that they have to work with. Just not at all.
Do you ever miss it here?
I do. I'm trying to get back down sometime around Memorial Day. Yeah, I miss it a lot. I mean, it's the variety of water. You could be in Sandy Hook one morning pounding striped bass, and then within 2 hours, I'm up on the Flat Brook and I'm catching trout.
It is amazing, isn't it? It's crazy.
It absolutely is. And the variety of people don't realize what the native fishery, the true native fishery of brook trout, wild brown trout, or you're not going to call them native, but wild browns, they're such a variety. You can go fish a stream no wider than your kitchen sink and catch 40, 50 fish a day if you want to search it out. I mean, they're all 6, 7 inches long, but it's fun. It's down south, you got your pine barrens, pickerel ponds, your crappie ponds. I mean, the pickerel fishing down there is phenomenal. I know a lot of guys bust chops on it, but it's just a variety. Like, look at the crappies you guys have been catching. You can catch those crappies and then go catch trout 5 minutes down the road from that. And you get tired of that, you can go throw plugs into the rip at Sandy Hook. Yeah, it's New Jersey's great outdoor state. Yep.
A lot of diversity.
Yep.
Now, when it comes to the thing with the trolling on Facebook, you've been banned by several Facebook pages, especially, and I know one of the big ones is NJ Fishing. You're banned from that Facebook page, and you can't even advertise your business on it.
Now, Crocodile Dundee said no more.
And he just banned you from that.
Yeah, he banned me after he approached me about doing a contest giveaway, which I gave away a $700 trip on, and he used that to promote himself. And then later on, because somebody had put a blacked out picture up, and I think it was that Kronk guy put that picture of that blacked out largemouth that he caught, and then you took the picture and blacked out the background of Lake Ontario. He thought it was me, and I don't know. People thought I had blindfolded people on the charter, and that one guy reported me, and who the hell knows?
So it just turned into a total mess.
I got no problem saying it. I was kind of used by that site, but whatever, man. I can't do that to people, but if he felt it was the right thing to do, then so be it.
You think there's any chance of like a reconciliation and getting back on there?
No.
No chance.
I have no desire to whatsoever, honestly. Once I got burned like that, it just wasn't cool.
So most of the time you're just messing around. Sometimes you're actually mad and you're fighting with people, but 90% of the time you're just goofing. Like actually, the producer of the podcast, when I sent him your info to put you on that you were coming on the podcast, he said, "This guy's coming on?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You guys are fighting with this guy every day. Why would you bring him on?" I'm like, "Well, that's not real. That's just fake." So
Yeah.
what's actually real and what's not? I know Matt Nelson would love to know this. What's real and what's not?
I've got very little tolerance for stupid questions. And it's unfortunately, it's what Facebook has become. I mean, we see it every day with, can I fish this bait in this stretch of water? Or, I just saw guys on Sydney Brook or Sydney Brook or Capelong Creek in Hunterdon County, and they just stocked this morning and they're fishing now at 2:00. Well, yeah, it's not a closed water. It's very specific. You have your 8 or 9 streams that are closed on certain days throughout the state. And, everybody now is a Facebook warden. It's this, it's that. And those people, it's not really a troll. Like, me, Joe, I tell it like it is or how I see it anyway. I'm not always right. Most of the time, I hope I am. But so those guys, and then when they want to start fighting back and I'm dead wrong, it's kind of game on at that point. And guys,
well, I'd imagine being a charter boat captain, there is a lot of downtime to just troll Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we do our 6 or 8 hour trips during the day, and what else am I going to do? Like we got that guy, that Matt Nelson guy, right? He's whining and crying about Merle Creek. I mean, dude, him and that Ken Beam guy are the 2 guys that got it closed down because they don't want people jigging for lake trout anymore. It's not a jigging lake; it's a trolling lake, and these guys are going in there to decimating the population. And they're getting it closed down, and he doesn't want it coming back to him, so he puts out a petition. I want to put a petition out to close the whole lake down right now.
So your theory is they're closing Merrill Creek early because of Matt Nelson and Jim Beam.
Yeah, it's the whole jigging thing. They don't want jigging anymore. I mean, the way that is. They gave him the option. They told him it was coming down the pike, and he just said, "Hell no, I'm jigging, whether you want me to or not."
Well, he was saying he was going to storm the gates of Merrill Creek with an army of 300 men, and he was carrying.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm going to give your podcast, Joe. I'm going to give you a free trip, and the winner is going to be of that contest. The winner is going to be the 1,500th person that signs a petition to close Merle Creek completely. It's a $700 value. Bring the family. I'll even throw accommodations into it.
All right. So if you get Merrill Creek closed, you get a free trip to Lake Ontario with the Kings Ransom.
Yep.
Scott, I appreciate you coming on, dude. You want to leave any message for Matt Nelson while he's not here?
No. Can we just talk about something serious for 1 minute?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Holdover Trout situation in the state of New Jersey.
Okay. What do you want to know?
No, I don't want to know. I want to just state that a trout stocked in November or in October in the fall stocking that was stocked when nobody's really fishing and might have got washed downstream by a flood. That trout stocked in October, caught in April, not a holdover. It's not a holdover. Everybody gets one with the pink stripe down the side. They think it's a holdover. Not a holdover.
I've been complaining about this holdover thing. Everyone's breaking my balls about it now on Facebook, asking if every fish is a holdover.
They're not.
Scott, I really appreciate you coming on. It's great to see you. And if you are coming down here Memorial Day, that's time to go to Lake Apacon. So we got to go with
Yeah,
prom.
it'll be sometime midweek in between. I got trips all through Memorial Day, but I think I got that Tuesday and Wednesday off.
Awesome.
So
I
yeah,
appreciate it so much.
I'd love that. Maybe we get that Chris Pierre guy to go.
Yeah, Chris Pereira, if we ever find out who he is. I really appreciate it, Scott, and I hope to see you soon, dude.
All right, brother. Be good, man. Hey, great job with the podcast and the page and everything. Keep it up.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Scott.
Appreciate it. Gives me a little bit of home here, you know?
Yes. Yes. I hope to see you soon, brother.
All right. We will put a contest together too. We just got to figure something out.
We will.
But I do like the free trip to whoever closes Merle Creek permanently.
All right. Well, that's on the board. That's in play. That's already in play.
Good deal, buddy.
See you later, bro.
All right, man. Later.
Became friends with Scott through my one mutual friend, Mark McDusky. And I mean, I know he is a Facebook troll. It is hilarious. I mean, I know him, so it's hilarious to me. I understand other people that don't know him. You might say, oh, this guy is that guy right there that just got off is one of the best guys that I know. I mean, I could probably call him for anything, and if I asked him for it, if he doesn't have it, he'd try to get it. He's just that type of guy. The depiction of him on Facebook of, his troll thing, it's not him at all. He's the guy, when you actually meet him, he's just unbelievable. But that is it for tonight. Like I said, find Chris, find all his social media, and just start posting all over it. Where are you? Where are you? Podcast is better without you. Just blow his Facebook up. Ruin his vacation. He's supposed to be here right now, and he's not. It's bullshit. But everyone have a great week. Next week, Heaven and L Outdoors coming on, and 2 Lake Apacon giveaway trip clocks are going to start to tick for 7 days, and we're going to pick the winner. So make sure you hit that like button on the Lake Apacon Guide Service Facebook page, hit the subscribe button to this podcast, and join our brand new Facebook group, NJ Multi-Species Mayhem Fishing, and you will be ready to enter next week. I will see everyone next week. Send us any emails you have and post your pictures on the page. Let's see what everyone does this week. Have a good week, guys.